XRP 845 million search. Something is brewing. In today's video, we are going to check out the live chart and see what is going on in terms of Elliott waves, classic TA, and potentially some indicators. But before that, we are going to check out some news suggesting probably something is happening at the moment in XRP, and hopefully it is going to lead to big moves on the upside. So with that said, hi everyone, welcome back. I hope you are having a great time with your family and loved ones, and let's start today's video by reading this article. XRP rose about 6.5% to around $2.72. A significant increase in on-chain activity coincides with this price increase as the volume of XRP payments soars to about 845 million. Now the question is whether this surge is a temporary anomaly or an indication of ongoing bullish momentum. And they continue in here by talking about what is happening in terms of moving averages. And again, I told you before, they're not really my favorites, but if you care about them, feel free to read this article yourself. And in here they say, with an 845 million XRP moved between accounts, XRP Ledger shows a significant increase in payments. Now, this could be potentially as a result of some whale movement, but for now at least, we really cannot say anything for sure. The only thing that I can tell you is this. Let's go on Coinbase's chart. There we go. As you can see, relative to the previous couple of days in XRP, in this candlestick, we actually had a decent increase in volume. And since this happened in a decent upturn in the short term, we can attribute this thing to buy volume, which is going to be, in my opinion, definitely a bullish sign. So two things are happening in here. Either this increase in volume, again, is as a result of some whale movements, or it's just normal buying volume showing up, which is either way, definitely a bullish sign. And also in here, they mention that an increase in on-chain activity of this nature frequently indicates institutional or whale movements, which could indicate a number of things. If the accumulation from major players is driving these transactions, XRP may be preparing for another surge. A rise in the volume of payments could also indicate that XRP is becoming more widely used for international transactions. And we talked about this thing, I think, in the previous couple of videos. And I said, look, this huge partnership, which is between XRP and an exchange, I think it was in Portugal, that was working on cross-country payments in order to make them cheaper and faster. It is absolutely huge. And in the mid to long term, it will lead to just more and more buying volume for XRP, and this definitely can be a result of that. But in my opinion, there is actually a decent chance that we saw in this phase some whale activities. So nonetheless, this is, in my opinion, definitely a good sign for XRP. And also, in another piece of interesting news, Ripple suddenly moves 390 million XRP tokens. What is going on? Let's read this article. Okay, the price of popular cryptocurrency XRP saw exceptional performance during today's trading session, as the quotes of the $160 billion asset suddenly soared by 7.5% following this sudden act of price appreciation. XRP saw its quotes reach to two-week highs of about $2.75. Interestingly, the price action was preceded by a shift of over $1 billion worth of XRP by San Francisco-based cross-border crypto payment provider Ripple. The company is the largest user of XRP, with the token being used in Ripple service, including remittance, money settlements, cross-border payments, and on-demand liquidity. So what's the idea in here? In my opinion, this can go two ways. Either this transaction was actually between two Ripple wallets, or maybe this transaction happened between Ripple and some other company, and it could potentially be as a result of the recent partnerships, which really does show, if this is the case, how much demand could be there potentially for XRP. And again, if you believe this trend of adoption is just going to continue in the next coming months and years, then okay, it makes perfect sense to bet on massive price appreciation for XRP token. So this was another piece of interesting news that I wanted to share with you, and I think we have one more. There we go. Breaking. Yet another XRP ETF filing acknowledged by SEC. And I believe it was yesterday that I made a short video about XRP, which in it I said SEC actually acknowledged the first request of having an XRP ETF, which was, I think, from Grayscale. And in this article, they say the US Securities and Exchange Commission has officially acknowledged the XRP ETF application that was filed by 21 shares. And again, I told you before, SEC could have easily rejected these requests, but as you can see, they didn't. So what's the meaning of this thing? According to Jeremy Hogan, we can realistically expect an XRP ETF in about 8 to 12 months. But since we are seeing cooperation from SEC, who knows, maybe this is going to happen sooner than a lot of us think, which is fantastic. And I told you so many times, the reason that so many companies are filing for an XRP ETF, because there is clear demand outside of the crypto market for XRP. And once these ETFs launch, you are going to see just higher and higher demand for the XRP token, which is great. So overall, we had in the last 2 days definitely some positive news suggesting that we are, in terms of adoption and fundamentals and potentially some whale activities, definitely on the right direction. Now let's go on XRP's chart and see what is going on. And I think our chart was from Binance. Excuse me. There we go. Let's actually hide the volume. Okay, so if you remember the last time that we talked about XRP, I believe we were somewhere around these lows, and I said, look, something actually happened in this area that made me say, you know what, maybe in this region we're not having a consolidation pattern. Instead, this might be a series of 1-2s. And I was saying, well, okay, this can be a wave 1 followed by that, I don't know, maybe to somewhere around here we're gonna have a correction for wave 2, and then this might be another 1 and 2, but on a lower degree relative to this 1 and 2 in here, which means soon we want to see a decent move on the upside in XRP into wave 3, 4, 5. So what happened? We did get a solid move up, and I can actually tell you maybe this bullish scenario is in play. Now, let's zoom in more. Excuse me. There we go. So in my opinion, in XRP, we are having 5 wave up in this phase, and potentially this can be another 5 wave on the upside. But I'm going to say, because in this move on the downside, right in here, it seems like that we are having, if I just take this one, excuse me, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave down, there is a decent chance that a correction in XRP started from this point, and the end of it maybe it's going to be right in here. And it means overall we may have in this phase of consolidation, let's take this one, potentially an A, B, C in form of a running flat structure. And again, I still believe that this is a 5 wave up. So what's the point that I'm trying to make? I'm thinking in XRP, this might be a 1, a 2, and then decent move up into wave 3, correction for 4 to about this low, and another move up into wave 5. Followed by that, makes perfect sense for us to have some sort of a consolidation pattern, a correction structure like this. And then after it, I want to see another move on the upside. Why is that? Because on a higher degree, we talked about this in the previous video. There is a good chance this is a 1, this is a 2, and then this yellow 5 wave up is actually into a wave 3. Well, okay, in this case, the current move is just going to be a correction for 4. And what's going to happen after it? We are hopefully going to have another move on the upside into wave 5. So I can tell you that for the next couple of days, probably this move up in XRP is going to continue a bit more. And maybe the current upturn in like very short term is not really over yet. So for the short term, I'm thinking we can be optimistic. And if something else happens, we are going to make new videos and see what is going on. But for now, I'm not really seeing a whole lot of evidence suggesting that we are going to start a big downtrend anytime soon. And I hope I explained everything well and you understood what is going on in XRP's price chart. Anyway, if you found any value in my content, I would really appreciate if you like this video and consider subscribing to my channel and follow me on Twitter. And if you want more, maybe you want a complete analysis for your own specific crypto, or maybe you want to learn some decent TA in order to be able to make good money in the markets, you can become a member and ask me anything you want. And until the next video, I hope you have a wonderful time. Goodbye.